Hi everybody. Thanks for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, my name is Sarah and I own the Serenity Reiki Clinic. On this channel, I talk about healing, Reiki, spiritual stuff, astrology, and the tarot. If this seems like something you would be interested in, why not go ahead and subscribe to the channel now? There are many different spirit animals, and I do already have a playlist of a few that I've already covered. Let's dig into the mystique of the snake. As someone who grew up in an area where snakes were a part of life, I can tell you quite a bit about the power and the mystery that they hold. I recently had a friend from the UK come over for a visit, and I spent hours warning him about snakes and how simple behaviors like standing in the tall grass to take a picture just weren't done. And then as we went and met some of my friends, they did the same thing, telling him, you have to be careful with the snakes. You have to be careful with the snakes in the water. You have to be careful with the snakes on the ground, in the tall grass, because there's a good possibility there's a snake under it. And also, in my part of the world, snakes sometimes fall from the sky. They either fall out of tree limbs, or you will see birds flying with snakes, and they will wiggle loose and fall. So you have to be really vigilant. What does it mean if you have the snake as a totem animal or a power animal or guide? And also, what does it mean if you dream about a snake? We're going to cover all of that in this video. This obviously is my take on the energy, and if it doesn't resonate with you, no problem. Just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. Snakes awaken our primary fear instinct and are considered cold-blooded and evil creatures in some cultures. And because of that, normally when I do a video like this, I put tons of pictures of the animal up. But because of that, I'm not going to be doing a lot of different slides in this particular video. So if you're worried about that, you can relax. In most humans, snakes awaken our fear and anxiety, but with intention, you can move past this and see their true beauty and the magic in snakes. Snakes have a powerful life force energy, and I think we recognize this on a primal level, and because of that, we become fearful because we can feel them on a different level. And unfortunately, our survival instincts kick in and label it evil or something we should be afraid of and avoid. So that's why I think a lot of people go out of their way to avoid snakes, or avoid looking at snakes, or even owning anything with a snake on it is a motif or anything. In reality, there are many different types of snakes, many different colors, many different sizes. All of them have in common that they change their skin 4 to 12 times a year, which represents being a big symbol of transformation. And that is, I think, what most people are familiar with in the spiritual community. The snake represents transformation. You're growing, you're expanding your abilities, you're moving forward on your spiritual path. The powerful snake can teach us that, as well as some other lessons, and it can guide us on our life's path. And it is actually an excellent mentor. It's considered to be a powerful totem animal, spirit animal, or guide. So if you do have snake energy, then you are considered to be blessed. So how do you know? How do you know if you have snake energy? Well, some psychics can tell you, but there are some other ways as well. I notice in clients, if they're feeling fearful, paralyzed by the thought of stepping out of their comfort zone, it's almost like there's a giant obstacle or a poisonous snake on their path, and they just can't get past it. That's usually a sign that snake energy is working with them as part of a master lesson for them to grow. Most often, the only way to overcome that fear, just like overcoming the fear of snakes, is to face it, understand it, and then move past it. Another obstacle that I see people struggling with is major life changes. And don't get me wrong, most people don't embrace major life changes. But if the term personal transformation awakens an overwhelming emotion in you, yeah, you're probably dealing with snake energy as well. And also, do you think your relationships with others, including your partners, friends, or family, are toxic? Or maybe the relationship with yourself needs some improvement? If you're going through those types of lessons, then yeah, that's another big indicator somewhere on your totem as well. These are hard lessons, but they're very impactful. And if you can master them now, you don't have to repeat them, and you can experience major soul growth. But like I said, they're not easy. Stepping out of our comfort zone, facing the fact that maybe our fear is stopping us from achieving the things that we say we want or we're actively seeking, and realizing that the people around us could be toxic, and then not just ignoring it, but actually doing something about it. So yeah, big life lessons. If you dream often of snakes, or you encounter snakes, whether that is a live snake or you see them in print, or you're gifted items with a snake motif, Do you find that people are telling you about snakes, either stories about snakes, I saw this documentary, or you've got to go watch this video on YouTube, maybe like this video? That could be another way of snake energy nudging you on the path. If you're drawn to snakes or you resonated with any of the things I just discussed, then chances are good, yeah, snake is trying to send you a message. So what do? So snake energy is trying to connect with you. Try to rely on your instincts and listen to your inner self and be present in the moment. For instance, if you know that your best friend is actually toxic, you know it, but you're ignoring it, you're making excuses for it, you're doing everything you can to not address it. The nudge will continue until you do address it. A spirit animal wants to guide and teach you, not play tricks on you, not cause havoc in your life. The lessons may be tough, but like I say, they are needed. If you are surrounded by toxic people or you are feeling like you can't get over your fear, then yeah, definitely something needs to happen. If you are experiencing these things but snakes aren't showing up yet, you can always call on snake energy to help you as well. So let's say that you know that you have snake as a spirit animal. What does that mean? It represents powerful guidance on a path of self-transformation. It also represents a very strong individual, someone who is not always following the path that everyone else follows. And when you try and restrict yourself, then you start noticing how unhappy you are and how things don't work out. Snake is a strong, powerful, and creative individual. For a long time, the snake was the symbol of healing powers and increased opportunities. It's only been rather recently that snakes have gotten the bad rap as evil. Another message that snake brings forward is focus and attention. In other words, where are you putting your energy? Do you spend it on people and situations that are unfavorable to you? Or are you feeling drained by being around the people that you're currently associating with? And if so, it means that you need to switch your focus on things that will help you grow, or at least things that will bring you peace instead of stress and drama. So it's easy to say, not that easy to do. I totally get that. But with snake energy and you being able to connect with it and call on it, it will become easier to make some of these decisions. Look out for your own mental health or your own safety. If you're around toxic people, you're not helping anyone. You're not helping them and you're not helping yourself. The snake spirit animal will help you also release your fears, face all your challenges, and build inner strength. Since this is a common being and it lives in many different climate conditions, it's also a symbol of resilience. It represents the will to adapt and thrive. While you're working on your own path, you're still adapting to the culture around you. You're not going to do anything out there that's going to cause a lot of attention to you, but you're also not going to buy into mainstream stuff that everybody else is worrying about or talking about. Snake has to be true to themselves. You're just seeing snakes randomly out of the blue. What could the message be? The strongest message, I think, is it's never too late. It's never too late to start over. It's never too late to follow your dreams. It's never too late to make those changes. It would be best if you stepped out of your comfort zone immediately, of course, to encourage personal growth. But it may take a series of small steps to overcome these obstacles. Start now. Snakes are resilient, as I said before. They're leaders, they're creative, they're strong. They follow their own heart and don't go with the rest of the herd. So when a snake appears to you, it means that the time's come for you to face yourself and the environment. Ignoring challenges has never benefited anyone, but when the snake starts showing up, it means that the deadline is here. A snake will remind you of your own inner wisdom, your charisma, and your inner strength. And also, since it's a symbol of regeneration and resilience, the snake will teach you how to be in tune with all life changes and how to adapt to them easily. Most people have a hard time adjusting to new circumstances. I think that's almost all of us. But when snake appears to you, it will help you in accepting and welcoming these transformations. And that can make all the difference in the world between actively dreading and having anxiety over something and at least being open to it and accepting it. If you're having problems like that, definitely call on snake energy. So you're seeing snakes in dreams. What does it mean? And I know dreams with snakes can be frightening. Most people would probably describe them as nightmares, but those dreams can represent a specific lesson for you to learn or a message from your spirit guides. The most important thing to do is learn how to interpret the message. We're going to break the dreams down. It's best to interpret all your dreams individually, but there are some general features. One thing to consider is it doesn't have the same meaning when you dream about a snake that you found or versus a tame snake or one that attacks you. If you're trying to tame a a snake in your dream, let's say, it may mean that you're trying to overcome a deeply hidden emotion. Maybe you're trying to find a solution for some big challenge that's causing you trouble. If snakes are surrounding you in your dream and you're feeling overwhelmed and fearful, it could mean that you need to reconsider your relationships. Take a deeper look, and maybe you have some toxic connections. If you're dreaming and suddenly a snake bites you, the message could signal that you're struggling with opportunities. Which one do you take? Which one do you bypass? Can you take them all? And you could be fearful of making the wrong decision. It's not actually a bad thing. It just pretty much means that you're overwhelmed with the situation and you're trying to make sure you do the right thing. Journal these dreams and then apply this and see how they fit together. You're dreaming about snakes, you're pretty sure that you've got snake energy in your life, but now you want to connect with it to move forward. How do you call on snake? So why would you call on snake medicine or invite this energy into your life? I would say you should invite it in if you're feeling scared to step out of your comfort zone, if you're delaying the changes that need to be happening, if you don't feel grounded, if you feel lethargic and apathetic about life, and if you have trouble, of course, accepting change. If you think it's time to face the past and heal the old wounds, call on snake. And also, if you're having a hard time relying on your inner instinct or your intuition, connecting with snake energy will help with that too. And also, if you're a healer and you wish to access snake medicine to assist you in your work, I would definitely recommend that you start calling on snake. So how do you do that? How do you call on snake energy? I would suggest that you meditate and visualize a snake and make it friendly. Don't make it anything that's going to be frightening, and ask it for advice while you're meditating. You can also work with worry stones that are imprinted with the motif of the snake to help you further visualize snake energy. You can also draw and color snakes, and you can also print out a picture of a snake and carry it with you. And when you're stressing, pull it out, hold it in your hand, and silently ask for strength and guidance from snake spirit. And this is easy energy to connect to. If you would like to know more about snakes, let me know in the comment section below, and also let me know if you found this video helpful and what your experiences have been with snakes. So once again, let's thank the patrons for making this video possible. If you would like to see content like this, why not consider joining and becoming a patron as well? I'll put the link up here and of course in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Serenity family. I'll speak to you soon. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.